Doctor, I actually like my doctor because he doesn't say my answer is the right answer, and that's the best thing I've ever heard.
The goodest?
Goodest. I was gonna say goodest. By all means, no doctor or anything like that. But if you
we
eat
know.
so much, but I know gooder than most doctors.
Gooder, yes, Dr. Lashley, gooder than most.
My doctor isn't just a regular car doctor that goes by. He's more of a concierge doctor.
Like, can you speak to normal people? Like,
No,
me?
normal people don't.
Like, normal people have concierge
Hold on,
doctors.
I'll tell you the cost.
Because if this keeps happening, then my recommendation would be to prescribe you statins. You're gonna be working. Like it messes with your.
That could be a potential sponsor.
Calm down.
Yeah.
Sexual chocolate over here.
I've been spending time in the dojo, doing all the things that they won't show. No spotlights on me, no photos, becoming the king on the low low.
Okay, so blood work.
Yeah, and just some stuff related to that. I'll save it for the show, but just interesting stuff, like kind of challenging the status quo, challenging your doctor, stuff you're hearing and seeing online.
Yeah.
Should you be doing that?
Yeah.
Right? Look, there's some real doctors, people are pulling information and giving me, but I see a lot of stuff on IG and it's like, it's just a time to just question, like, my doctor is telling me this stuff and it doesn't, is he wrong?
Yeah.
Right. And just stuff like that. Like, who are you listening to for your medical advice? Are you just trusting your doctor? Are you doing your own research? Who are you
listening to?
I'm in the same boat. There's so many different people that say different things. My doctor, I actually like my doctor because he doesn't say my answer is the right answer, and that's the best thing I've ever heard.
The goodest?
Goodest. I was gonna say goodest.
That was awesome.
It's the best thing that I've heard because like there's certain things that he just said I don't know. He said if you want to go try it, go try it. Like I went and did the stem cell, and I was just looking up this one that the NAD.
Oh, NAD is great,
something.
man.
Okay, so
when I go to CPI stem cells, man, they first thing they do is NAD and ozone along with the Myers cocktail. They load you up for 2 days, and then you do your stem cell treatment on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
Well, with the NAD, it's something that you can say you feel some benefits right away, but it's not something that's supposed to happen right away. No. So how can you say it's actually something that's working?
Yeah,
that's the hard thing, and that's what she said. So the nurse there. Both the doctor and nurse I talk to all the time. And she was like, if you feel better with it, then continue to do it. And if it's not too expensive, then that's even more reason to continue to do it. So if it's something that's going to be a financial burden on you and you think that's going to just change your life, I probably wouldn't do it. I probably wouldn't try it. That's what she says. So I can understand that because you don't want to just jump into anything just because you think or somebody at a clinic said, oh, this is going to be like the fountain of youth, because that's basically what it is. It's like almost a fountain of youth.
Yeah,
it's supposed to branch, like tie with the proteins in your body and regenerate the cells.
Let me get a little more specific then. And
we're rolling, right? We're all good? Okay, perfect.
And you guys tell me. So I get going for my physical. This was a few weeks ago. I'm still flying high off the compliments you're giving me, Josh.
Yes.
Like, hey, bro, you looking good. Yeah. I'm like,
shoulders a little rounded, I saw
and
the tank top.
And I've been putting in the work. So we go in.
My wife's like, it's a little sus, Pop. You keep giving your boys too many compliments. I'm like, that's what boys are supposed to do, man.
I'll take it all day, twice on Sunday. So go in, get my physical, get my blood drawn. Doctor's like, man, you lost 7 pounds from last year. Like, we're going over just lifestyle and habits. He goes, man, I can't really ask you to do too much. Now let's wait for these blood results. But something we were monitoring was my cholesterol. He just assumed that because of the weight loss, I'd probably be in a better position. Well, get the blood results a few days later and freaking cholesterol went up. And we're going off the standard, like what's on my app and everything. They're going by the standard guidelines and the standard, baselines that have existed for a while. and they're high. And he's like, man, we got to work on getting that down. And otherwise we got to put you on statins, which is really bad. Like statins are awful. Right. And I'm like, man, it doesn't make sense. Right. So I start doing some research and then talking to a few guys, and I've been saving this, to bring to the table here for discussion. And there's a lot of research out there now that says high cholesterol levels are actually good. Like that stuff that we're going off all the charts, they're old, outdated. So now here's where I'm contemplating, like, do you listen to your doctor or do you listen to what you're seeing online? Now, granted, some of the stuff online is coming straight from doctors as well, cardiologists in this case, about cholesterol. And, obviously you got friends that are telling you, don't worry, dude, it's fine. I'm like, well, you're not a doctor. So where are you getting your info? So I guess the specific example here is about cholesterol and what I'm kind of dealing with from a health perspective. Like everything else was good. All the other numbers, all the other markers, like docs, like, hey man, we're looking good. We just got to work on this one thing, but this one thing's a little controversial. So who do you listen to? Because my doctor, from what I'm gathering, he's kind of old school, right? He's just following, he's going the safe route and saying, hey, this is what we've been going off of for years. This is what I learned in medical school. And so I'm telling you that you're high and you need to bring the levels down. And then everything else I'm seeing is, oh man, if everything else is good, this doesn't even matter.
Well, I think what we've learned, like during the COVID situation, is that it really depends what doctor you get. That's one. Two is, what are their benefits and how they get paid? Doctors these days, we really don't know how they can be trusted anymore. They are a pay to play. Like, what are they getting on the backside? That's the one thing. But in this case, I don't really know. Are they getting paid by the high cholesterol medical field, the big pharma? Is that what it could be?
Yeah, that's a good question. Is he incentivized to prescribe statins, right?
Well, hold on. I think the biggest thing is you make the final decision as to what you're going to take. So whenever I have a situation like this, I ask them, the first thing I want to know is, how did this happen? Because if you know how it happened, then that's where you want to fix it. You want to fix it at the root.
But how can you know how it happened when just 10 years ago they were saying if you eat too many eggs, you're going to have high cholesterol, which in fact, that's not true now.
But there's a lot of factors that can cause cortisol to raise, and that causes the cholesterol, So it's a number of things. So you can look down the list and you can kind of see where your deficiencies are. So you can say one is, if you're not getting good sleep, that can raise your cortisol levels because that increases stress. So if I know that I'm not getting good sleep, why don't I fix the things that I know that I can fix right off the bat? The type of exercise, when you exercise, stress is a huge deal that's directly or indirectly related to it. So if you're looking at all these different factors, why don't you just fix the things that you can before we get into the medicine side, and then see if that has some kind of like effect on what happens. That's what I always do, because I have a doctor, and my doctor isn't just a regular card doctor that goes by. He's more of a concierge doctor. So I can call him and talk to him about anything. So he's already getting paid regardless. So he doesn't need to get
$350 an hour. Like, can you speak to normal people? Like,
normal people don't.
Normal concierge doctor.
I'll tell you the cost of it, because the cost of it is very, very small. It's $3,000 a year. For an entire year, that I can call him at any point in time. If I'm traveling in Timbuktu and I'm feeling sick, he knows everything about my body. He knows all my blood work. He has a nurse there.
That's a whole year of club soccer for my son. That's a lot of money.
Yeah, but if you're here for the club soccer, I always look at, I can invest in myself. That increases the opportunity for me to be here longer. So $3,000 is a very small investment to be able to have that. And I can call him any point in time. If I'm somewhere else, it adds up quick. Like if you're somewhere else and you get sick and you have to go to a doctor, then you got to do the doctor visit. Yeah. Then you got to do all these other. I don't have to with him. He knows, he's like, I know what's up with your body. I know what can help you. So I'm just going to send you a prescription. Go pick it up at the Walgreens down there. Boom, you're in. Boom, done. And
just like
you move
Michael
on.
Jackson's doctor and Prince's doctor and all those kind of doctors. Is that what it is?
I'm still alive.
Yeah.
But that's what I always try to do, is I always try to just fix the things that I can. And then if that doesn't change it, then we start looking at whatever methods. And then if he's saying that you're going to put me on a drug, then I'm like, how long do I have to stay on it? And if there's no definite time, then I'm not going to be on something for life. Because my mom comes down, she has diabetes, and then there's a whole list of stuff. When she comes down, she has this doggone plastic bag, and she opens up, she's like, this is for this, and this is for this, and this is for this. I'm like, you have a pill that basically controls every function of your body, which is ridiculous. And I was like, why don't they just tell you to help to start working on losing weight? Why don't you exercise a little bit more? Why don't you go outside and get a little bit more sun? Why don't you get more sleep? Why don't you stop putting pressure on yourself in this way? Why don't you fix the things that you can fix before you start jumping on all these pills? It's hard for my mom because she's older, and older people, they're like, no, I need this. This is my lifeline. And you can't tell them to jump off of something, because if you tell them to jump off of something and it's very bad and their body is completely dependent on this and it shuts them down, and something bad happens, and you don't want to do that. But for us, let's fix the problems that we can before.
Very good point. And we actually went down that path. So did some extra tests. And what it boils down to is my cholesterol is directly related to my diet. It's a high protein diet. That's how I'm feeling great. I've lost weight. So here's where it gets tricky, right? You will have people out there, because a high protein diet is very popular right now, right? There's a lot of guys that are huge advocates of it. Hey, this is how you lose weight. I know a lot of guys that have lost a ton of weight.
The carnivore diet. Yeah,
correct. Yeah, I know guys that have lost 30, 40 pounds, feeling good, looking good. And that's what it boils down to. So I'm caught up in this, that whole, all the people that subscribe to that and are saying, hey, man, no, don't listen to the doctors. Like, high cholesterol is fine. Or listen to these doctors, because there's new research out. So stick with your high protein diet. You're fine. And my doctor's like, I don't know, man. I don't know about that. You know what I'm telling you. You know what I'm asking of you. But like you said, at the end of the day, it's my choice. So that's where I'm like, what do you do? I mean, I'm certainly going to listen to. I want my medical advice to come from a doctor. I'm not looking for Instagram experts or doctors. I want.
Yeah, you don't want to Google MD.
No, thank you. But that's where I'm at. It's kind of. Like you said, it just makes you question a lot of different things, right?
Yeah.
Like, okay, this stuff outdated? Probably.
Yeah.
Right?
I like that diet. A lot of people that I know have jumped on that diet also. You say you lost weight with it.
The carnivore diet?
Yeah.
Well, I've been doing it for a while now, but it's one of those things where, sure, you feel good, but it also takes the selection of what you're going to eat out of the process. Like, it's okay, what are you having tonight? Okay, I'm having eggs for this morning. I had a little strip steak with it. That's it. And then you move on to dinner. What are you having? I'm going to have some hamburger and some eggs mixed in together, and that's it. Like, it makes it a lot easier in the process. But on top of that, though, for the main reasons, like I've seen people, Jordan Peterson talked about this with himself and his daughter. His daughter had an autoimmune disease. She started on a carnivore diet. And she started not having any problems, no symptoms, nothing. So that helps that. And she's not the only one. Thousands and thousands of people have come forward and said, like, I went onto the carnivore diet, cured me a lot of things. I got off all my medications.
Well, okay, I'm going to take
everybody's different.
I'm going to take the unpopular position, because I know that a lot of people do that. AJ's one. AJ came through. He looked amazing back to wrestling, and that's all he talks about is only eating that.
You're speaking Chinese, AJ?
AJ Styles.
Okay.
We know. and he praises. I mean, he talks about it all the time, and I understand it. But if you look at it, let's go back to, in my opinion, this is just my opinion, no medical advice, it's just my opinion. If you look at something like that, the carnivore diet, what does it look, what are you doing? You're putting in a lot of like meat fats and everything like that. So that in itself is going to raise your cholesterol. Is that right? Would we agree on that?
Yes, and I
would
that's
agree
my
on that.
issue. Yeah.
So of course, if it lowers your if you lose body fat or anything like that, it's okay. Like I used to personal train before, right? When I was personal training, this lady came.
No.
Would
have never guessed.
See, the next episode we're having boxing gloves on, and then the weather forecast
Calls for rain. Remember what happened last time?
No, after you tap like 100 times.
No, there's no
Yeah,
tapping.
I got it on
Go
tape.
ahead. No, you don't.
On tape.
Video wasn't even around back then.
Was that black and white?
Yeah, it was black and white. Yeah.
Did they have,
Somebody was Dwayne was going like this. I got it, guys. Keep going. What was my point? So when I was personal training this lady, she comes through and she was like, I don't need any help from you with diet because, you know, in a personal training setting, you're supposed to look at their diet and go through. And I stopped dealing with people's diet because this lady made a valid point. She said, you know what? All I eat is 2 pounds of peanut M&Ms a day. And that's all I eat. So everything else, it doesn't matter. I don't want you to tell me it doesn't work because it works for me. I've been losing weight because of it. So, and of course, a lot of the carnivore people are going to jump on me about this, but it's almost like if you malnourish your body in some way, you're going to get benefits. You're going to get benefits of weight loss or fat loss or something. And that's malnourishing your body. I believe that you should have a balanced diet. Now, when you say these people have autoimmune disease and all these different things that happen, in my belief, of course, my belief is it's not because of the carbs or anything like that. It's because of the stuff that we put in it. There's so many, our processed food's crazy. So there's so much gunk in our foods that if you pull something out that has all this processed mess in it, it's going to help out the body. I believe your body should need carbs, proteins, fats, and everything like that, the basics. I mean, it is. It's just that everything that we have is just so over-processed that we have all these problems that just pop up that, like, what is autoimmune? Like, you shouldn't have these problems with your body. Your body is the most efficient tool in the world, but we're having these different issues because we're putting things that are unnatural in our body. When, like I was telling you guys, when I went overseas on vacation, when I went over there, I was eating so much food, man, and I had no problems with my stomach. Now I have problems with my stomach every single day. I'm doing probiotics. I went to that biome place where you're supposed to poop on a stick and they send it in and then they check your stomach biomes and all this stuff. So they send you some probiotic. So you pay them every month for something and they send these probiotics supposed to change your life and everything like that. And I'm like, man, I'm sitting there taking Prilosec and then I'm taking this biome stuff and I'm doing all these probiotics and all this everything like this. Why are we doing this? It's because our food, we can't digest the shit that the crap that we put in our bodies, and that's just it. So I believe if we had more of a healthy lifestyle, you know, I think you can eat everything you want if it was natural foods. Because like when I was overseas, I was eating stuff, my stomach never hurt, and I was hungry all the time because my body was digesting and my body was like, oh, this is food. I never tasted food before. And then my body was like processing stuff. I had energy. I was walking around everywhere and I was doing all these different things. Here, we don't do that. We sit there, eat garbage that has all kinds of processed whatever in it. And then we don't work out. We don't do anything. We just sit and let it just fester in our body and we don't get any benefits from it. Like right now, because of the foods we have, we should be doing those colon therapies all the time where they flush your system, they stick a tube in your ass and then flush your system. We got to be doing these things because if not, we're just putting all this processed food and gunk in our stomach. It just sits there and it just seeps into our body and then we get all kinds of diseases and everything else. That is my...
Your rant? Your rant for the day?
No, right. Because I think that's what it is, man. Ultimately, it's just garbage that we're putting in our body.
Well, I this goes back to your kids have a little bit of like dairy issues.
Yeah, we have food allergies.
Yeah, food allergies in the house, and so I think that plays together. Like when you have food allergies, you do the blood panels where they show like this is what you're allergic to. If you can get rid of this, get rid of that. You're allergic to gluten. If you're allergic to this, it's not so much that you're allergic to those things. And the problem is we've been eating the processed food so much, it's caused us to be allergic to these things. I don't think that people are born being lactose intolerant. I think that what happens is because the milk is the way it's produced is some bodies just can't take that in because it's not meant to take that in. And that's the problem. I think you notice that with your kids, right? With the dairy, they would get eczema, right? Correct? Yep. So you got rid of all that, and guess what? Where did it all go? It all went away. Like I see the kids now, they don't ever have eczema, you know, maybe very little in during the summertime or something like that. But outside of that, I've never seen it. I haven't seen it on them since they were younger. And so I think it has to do with the processed food. I agree with you 100%. And another thing we used to do shows in Italy. When I went to Italy for Bellator, I sat down one night at like the show didn't get over till late. Had dinner at like 12:30 in the morning. Big bowl of pasta. You can't not be in Italy and Milan and not eat pasta, right? Woke up the next day, didn't feel swollen, didn't feel puffy, face didn't feel, my eyes didn't feel swollen, hands could move like without feeling like they were. It is the processed food, and that's a whole big topic that you can get into. We say like RFK talking about the processed foods, cleaning up the health, organizations and this and that. But I think it really just comes down ultimately your decision on how you feel, and get a second opinion from another doctor or do another blood panel with somebody else. But I would go the avenue of doing another blood panel with another doctor and see what they think and see where you're at. And you religiously have been working out. That's one. Two is I've seen a change like in your body. Not that I'm checking you out or anything. Okay.
It's all right.
But,
it's all right.
but
you like Asians.
I do. Yeah. And I like tall
can't
ones.
help it.
I'll let you guys have a little time alone here.
No,
Bobby's jealous.
Yeah. That's how I'm feeling as far as wanting to get a second opinion. I feel great, man. He's like telling me, man, there's nothing more I can ask of you. And now it's, well, maybe we need to cut back on the high protein, but I think I'm going to get a second opinion. I think I looked into Ways to Well. They have a more comprehensive blood panel. Insurance doesn't cover it. You got to spend a little more money.
Go figure.
Now I'm trying to live like Bobby. But this
Get a concierge.
yeah. But this was like $600 for a separate blood panel that picks things up that the normal, LabCorp, they don't pick up. So I'd be going outside of what my doctor is suggesting and prescribing. But I feel like, it does feel a little weird, like challenging him, but I guess I'll try it out in this case and see where it takes me. But
like I said, during COVID, we found out that not they don't have your best interest. That they just have the way that they're used to doing it.
Yep.
They're human, and they all need to be challenged. That's the bet. Like people forgot during COVID that's what science is about. It's about challenging other people's opinions on what their theory is and what's best for not just your body, but in science, period.
What did the doctor tell you to do?
He's like, let's just cut back on the, just very basic, simple advice, right? Let's just cut back on the saturated fat and the high protein. Because if this keeps happening, then, my recommendation would be to prescribe you statins. Now, statins are awful. Statins are linked. The side effects of statins are like, your dick ain't gonna be working.
Uh-oh.
Like it messes with your.
That could be a potential sponsor.
Calm down.
Yeah.
Sexual chocolate over here. Sexual chocolate.
Right. I mean, that's like.
Well, so what he's saying.
You hear that and you're like, oh, I don't want to take that. Maybe I just do cut back a little bit on
No
the.
thanks.
But then people will send me stuff like, hey, listen to what this doctor's saying. Oh, high cholesterol is not even an issue. Don't listen to what doctors are saying now. So again, there's all this information out there. Right. And these are like I said, I'm taking the advice that are coming from doctors. Like, hey, I'm a cardiologist, not these Instagram doctors. But it just boils down to, with all this information out there, who are you trusting? Are you trusting the guy you go in and see personally? Or are you looking online and bringing that into your decision-making process? And because this is serious stuff, right? We're not talking about...
I don't understand how that's an option, what he's trying to tell you to do, because if that's all you're eating, all he's doing is telling you, eat less, right? Because that's all you're doing with the carnivore diet is eating meats and... So
yeah, right. So I guess what I'm also going to do is try a little bit of both. I've cut back on some stuff. Like I used to eat eggs all the time. So I said, well, let me cut eggs out, or at least whole eggs. Maybe I'll just eat whites, but let me cut that out for a few months. Yeah, let me make a couple little adjustments. And in a few months, we'll see. But I'm also going to look into some of these other things. Take that extra, blood panel, spend the money, and just see where it takes me. But so it's basically listen to your doctor and your doctor only, or do your own research, see what's out there, and maybe you do a little bit of both. I don't know. I guess that's what I'm trying to figure out is who do you listen to for your
I don't
health?
understand it. I don't understand what you're saying. Because if that's 100% of your diet, and then he's just telling you to eat less of it, how is that?
But then there are other doctors out there that are saying that level that he's telling you is high, he's wrong.
It's not high.
He's wrong.
But
that it's okay that it's high.
So are they okay if it keeps going up?
Yeah, they're basically so there these other doctors are saying high cholesterol is actually linked to health. The higher the cholesterol, the healthier the individual in according to these other cardiologists.
Okay, so when the opposing view is saying high cholesterol is associated to heart attack, right?
Correct. So that's what I mean. So my guy's more old school, following the old guidelines and standards. Bro, you're up there. We got to make some adjustments.
Yeah.
And these other guys are out there, doctors, saying it's outdated. There's new research. The higher the cholesterol, the more, and what I just read the other day or watched, higher cholesterol is actually lower risk of cancer. But but not heart attack, but we're talking about heart issues. So yeah, it's like, who do you listen to? There's so much stuff out there. And I think this applies to so many things, right? And now all these other things pop up on my phone because the algorithm found me like, okay, this guy's like searching this, so we're going to feed him these other videos.
Now, one thing
Instagram MD is just all of a sudden just blowing up his phone.
Like, oh, damn.
Like,
but again, these are coming from
because just hearing me talk about it.
Because I will look these guys up.
We're gonna have it on our phones when we leave here.
Watch. And I will look these guys up. And like, okay, this is a legit cardiologist. Yeah, he's referencing a legit study that I'm finding.
It's so hard with these studies.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying is, who do you listen to? There's so much stuff out there. Maybe my doctor's wrong. Maybe these guys are wrong. But at the end of the day, what do you want to follow? Because it's directly linked to your health.
How do you feel on your diet?
I feel great.
You feel
man.
great.
That's the thing.
Okay, so if they're saying that your cholesterol is high, and your diet, you like your diet because your diet makes you feel great.
Yep.
Can your doctor not prescribe something, tell you to do something that would help lower it, but not change your actual diet? Is there anything else that can counter that? Like, I don't know, I'll throw stuff out. It's like, do you need more fiber in your diet? Will that help out?
He actually suggested that, like taking, now that you bring it up, like, like those high fiber drinks, like a Metamucil, like what old men, which I guess is us now. Yeah. So taking that.
I do Metamucil once. I do a 16-ounce glass every morning.
Well,
okay.
Yeah. I was told to do the same thing.
It also helps curb your appetite a little bit, so you don't feel as hungry.
So you're doing that. Do you do that as well, Bobby?
Yeah, but it's one of the other ones. What is it? It's like a little powder that you put into.
Yeah, Metamucil is a powder also.
Yeah, it's not Metamucil, but it's one
like
of the same.
Yeah, psyllium husk.
Yeah, psyllium husk is really good as well.
That's in the Metamucil.
Metamucil has the psyllium husk in it. Yeah.
So with that being said, I mean, by all means, no doctor or anything like that. But if you eat so much, but I know gooder than most doctors.
Gooder, yes, Dr. Lashley. Gooder than most.
That's gooder.
If you're eating all those meats and everything like that, isn't it harder to digest in itself? I mean, so maybe that could be something. Yeah. I don't know. Just trying to, because whenever I have an issue, I do ask around a whole bunch of people, but then I just kind of take everything in and say, all right, let me look at this because I know my body more than these guys know my body. Yes, they know science, they know drugs, whatever, it's been tested on, everything like that. But I've been in my body for a long time, so I know how my body feels in certain cases. Like, you can tell me whatever you want, but I know if I eat certain things, then my body is going to react a certain way. And if I eat a lot of meat, it's hard for my body to digest. If it's hard for my body to digest, I believe that it's just putting stress on my body because my body's not able to digest it. And if you have stress leads to cortisol. Cortisol leads to, that trickle-down effect of...
My diet doesn't... I don't feel like it. You know what stresses me out? My doctor. When he's telling me this stuff.
Well, get rid of him. I got a guy.
Stresses me out, man. But this is, look, there's so many things that, more than any of this, people just we're our own worst enemies, right?
Yeah.
Like, you see people all the time. Hey, don't eat that. Don't do that. Like, people that are genuinely overweight or in bad shape, and they don't listen. So I guess we're just naturally resistant to change and listening. Like he didn't say, man, you better change or you're going to die in a few months. He's like, hey, so I don't want to over exaggerate either. It's like, we got to keep our eye on this, man. But it's just, I'm getting stressed with all this information coming at you. No, he's wrong. He's wrong. Listen to me. No, listen to me.
You could work in, like, I feel like everything in moderation, right? If you have a little bit of steak, maybe mix some more vegetables in it with some more fiber. That's about it. I mean, I really just feel like you can just don't have to overdo it, but just mix in a little bit here and there, and that's it.
Are your levels? Are you getting regular blood tests?
I haven't got a regular blood test since my last fight, so 5 years ago.
Damn.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need to get you in there.
Yeah.
I got a guy.
Not for $3,000.
Dr. Lashley.
Dr. Lashley.
Gooder than most.
Gooder than most.
Dr. Good.
Dr.
Bobby,
Gooder.
you have to get blood tests regularly, right?
We're going to make
I
you a
get blood
shirt that
tests
says
every
Dr.
3
Gooder.
months.
Dr. Gooder.
Well, Josh, we need to get you in to see where you're at, man.
It's funny because you pay $3,000 for this thing, right?
You don't have to pay $3,000
don't
for
have
a blood
to.
test,
This
bro.
concierge doctor.
But if you go get the blood work complete panel, it's like
there's a
$600 or
company,
$700.
There's a company in Turkey that will literally do like a 3-day all like full body breakdown, blood panels, stem cells, NADs. They'll do everything. They'll even give you back hair if you want.
How much?
And so I think it's about $3,800.
$3,800. Oh my god.
Yeah, but they do it. They're going to give you back hair, Bob. You haven't had hair since you were like 18.
I know.
See, Bobby looks good though without hair.
Bald is beautiful.
Bobby looks it works for Bobby.
He looks gooder than most.
Yeah,
My
good
mom
most,
says I'm
but-
good looking. So you pay $3,800.
No, I'm
a
simply
week,
saying like, you can go to another country and fly there and enjoy,
and then when you come back, do you have like?
food in Turkey is amazing, man.
Oh, I know.
Oh, it's so good. But and people are super nice there.
I think it's important, and the reason why just for the listeners, the reason why we're looking at doing it is because of our kids. Ultimately, some of these guys that don't have kids, they have more of a fly-by-night kind of attitude. They're like, I'm just going to have fun, and you'll see them partying all the time and doing stuff, and they just really don't care. But for us, I mean, especially for me, I think about it all the time. Is I'm looking at my kids, like I want to see my grandkids. I want to be there for my kids. I want to because you see a lot of times, you have friends and stuff who are, I lost my dad, and it's like something that just happened. It's not nothing just happens. It's something that we just don't know it's going to happen, and then it happens. So I think that's why it's important to have blood work, and that was a good thing. I can praise WWE on that. Like we had all kinds of stuff, EKGs, we had blood work, we had physicals, like all the time. It was a regular thing, drug testing, everything. They really examined our body all the time. But on the flip side, I came home and I had my doctor take some of those same things. He looked at it and then he did some of the tests that he want. And I think it's important. I mean, to jump into as much as you can and just see where you're at with different things. And I think ultimately, as men, I think what we deal with most of the time is stress, and I think that's why this thing is so good for us to be able to talk. For me to be able to talk too, because we have our kids. And we all go through stuff with our kids, just like you were talking about the other day. You're ready to beat up all the other parents because of the incident that happened with you.
We didn't talk about that yet. So they're wondering like what's going on now.
Josh just wants to beat up everybody. But we bottle everything up. And then like you went to your doctor. If like you have your wife to talk to and then you have not really kids, you have nobody really to talk to about this thing. My cholesterol is up. What do I do? So you're searching online, everything like that. Well, our stress levels are going like this. And that's one of the top killers for men. It's just the stress levels, because that leads to stroke and heart attack and stuff like that. So it's just talking about some of these things and trying out different things. And I'm all the way across the board. Anything health related, I'm jumping on everything. I'm getting stem cell at least once or twice a year. I'm just getting the NAD. I get that thing regularly at this cryo place down here. I get that done. I'm on IVs. You're
doing a liquid NAD, correct? Injection.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So IV, I meant.
Yeah, they do at this place. They start out where you have to do 5 days in a row for the first initial.
What are you starting off on the milligrams? 100 milligrams, 250?
I think it was 250 or 300.
250 or 300.
Yeah, it was quite a bit.
Do you feel a little sick
like,
or nauseous?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. And at the beginning, it's like felt like it was about to take my breath away.
Yeah.
It was kind of tough on my chest, so
Yeah.
I had to like lower it down. Where I sat there for like 3 hours.
Yeah, the best
a lot
thing
of
to do
times.
is get up and walk around a little bit. I know you have it attached to your arm, but walk around to get the blood circulation and maybe sip on some coffee.
Okay.
That helps. It helps get rid of that nauseous feeling.
Yeah. Well, so I did it 5 days every day for 5 days. And then after that, it was once a week for 5 weeks. And then after that, it's just a monthly maintenance.
I was wondering where your wrinkles went. You had a couple on the forehead. They're gone now.
Might
just be the hat.
What do you spend, Bobby, a year?
Yeah, what do you spend, Bobby,
a year on your health
on
and
your
wellness?
maintenance?
I'm very thrifty. So with my okay, so I go and get stem cell done. I don't pay for my stem cell anymore. The first time when I went there, I paid.
It's expensive.
I paid around $20,000. That was the first time. That was several years. But that was right. That was right when I signed a contract with WWE. Coming to WWE at 40 years old, that was ridiculous. And I was like, man, I got some boo-boos with my knee, the shoulder, a little banged up. Then I was fighting the whole time and training the whole time. So I was like, man, I just want to feel better. So I went down there and I had just anything that I can have done. You know, I had the IV, I had both of my knees done, I had my shoulders done. And then after that, I felt good. So when I went that time, they saw me go through, and then I won a world championship. They were like, damn, this dude's kind of rocking. So it was BioAccelerator. So they were like, well, you know, let's talk to this guy and see if the stem cell kind of helped out with his career, which is a big thing. And I said, absolutely, because I went from not squatting to 2 months after that, like squatting, like with weight. And for me, I just stayed away from it. I went and leg pressed. I did anything else because it just hurt my knees so much. And that was one of the main areas that I wanted to get done. And they're sitting there watching me at 40 years old, jumping over Drew, doing the splits up in the air and doing all this stuff. They were like, holy shit, this guy. So I came through and I did a commercial for them. And then I sent so many people their way, from people in the office. There were so many different wrestlers I sent that way because it was a true testament. So after that, they said they wanted me to be more of an ambassador. So if I wasn't an ambassador, you can get it done for maybe a couple thousand.
It really depends on your locations.
Location, yeah.
If you get your neck, your low back, if you get your knees, your elbows, each location is cost differently.
Yeah.
So like I did my wrist, the cost on that is way less than doing your knee, your hip. Like I did my right knee, my right hip, my right wrist, and my neck.
Yeah.
So the neck is obviously they put you under, so anesthesia, you know, all that stuff. So, but I noticed an automatic difference. I went to CPI, which is just in Mexico, right across the border. The reason why I went to CPI was because, you know, they were going to put me under. And I said, if something is to happen to me, I want my family to be able to come across the border, pick me up and bring me back. If you get stuck in Colombia or get stuck in Panama, I was like, I mean, trying to get your body back home or trying to get you back home. Whatever.
Okay. How many people have not made it back?
It doesn't matter. I don't want to be that one.
You don't want to be the one. Okay.
Yeah, you know.
But I mean, you could say that with anything. You
Ask
go
Rich
on
how I feel about being that. Like, you know how many shark attacks there are on land? 0. Okay. That's why I don't go in the ocean. There's no, like, I don't want to be that one.
So you're just gonna live in fear all the time.
No.
I mean, with this,
I'm being smart.
You have a claim of because of that. I've been there several times, and I'm not really worried about it. And some of the doctors there are like state of the art doctors. I've checked their resume and everything like that. So I believe anywhere you go, because I had stem cell in Tijuana one time with one of the ones where Vince sent me down to. With WWE, gave me the opportunity to go down there when I tore my shoulder. So, and same thing. After a few weeks, I felt really good. So as far as to answer your question, I don't know how much I spend. I do allocate a lot to my body. Like I get massages regularly. I have stretch. If you go to my house, I have like every kind of recovery from the cold plunge to the PMF to just like I have anything that I can. I'll buy anything. I have a hockey machine. I have like infrared sauna. I'll try to get everything that I can just to make myself feel good. You know, ultimately, my body is my
temple.
Is a temple, but it is my means of making money. So with that, I get stretch. I have a concierge doctor because I'm traveling all the time in a different city, and of course I can call our doctor with whatever company I'm with and stuff like that. But I don't want to mess with it because if I'm going to meet a doctor down, this doctor knows nothing about me.
Yeah,
my doctor knows everything about me. So I have him. I do the NAD. I don't really know how much that was. I think it was like $700 at first, and that covered for.
It's normally about $500
a time. Yeah,
normally it's about $500.
So all those things,
You're doing it 5 days in a row.
No, I'm doing once a month now.
Oh, but I'm saying you did originally 5 days in a row.
Yeah, but it was a part of the package. So they didn't charge me every time. They just charged a certain package. I don't remember how much the package was overall. I knew the guy that owned the place, so he gave me a considerable discount, and I paid it all up front. So he was like, that covers the year. So you have the 1 week, and then the once every 5 weeks, once a week for 5 weeks, and then you have the whole year covered. So I do that. And then anything else I find out, man, if you tell me about something, I'm at least going to go and research it and then get it. I've done away with one thing I did do away with. I'd done away with a lot of supplements. Before, it just seemed like, got to mix a pre-workout for this, which is a whole bunch of like, I don't know what, but it makes you feel like my skin's itching and I'm going to the gym and I'm wired and everything like that. I was like, that's not good. Like when I'm 20 years old, yeah, I can get away with it. But now I'm not throwing that stuff in my body. And then afterwards, I was big on the protein shakes, but there's like we were talking about before with protein shakes, there's very few protein shakes are pure. And then most of the proteins, they're all getting like just white labeled, and then they slap their label on. So they're all the same. So it's $20 for this one and $50 for this one, but it's all garbage. There's a few companies in there that try to really test their products and make sure their products are good. So I try to do like real foods with that when I'm working around. Of course, you're going to have minor changes in your body, but ultimately I try to stay as much.
They have different types of proteins now. It really just comes down to how your body how it can absorb that type of protein, depending what the protein is. I know they have a new protein out. I don't know if it's new, but there's a bone broth protein that I had seen. And so I'm looking to probably try something like that. But I go through a company called Ath Organics, and they're all organic. They also have a plant-based one if you want, but they're all organic. They have a pre and a post-workout. Their pre doesn't make you all itchy. But it's like a guava flavor. And then they also have a post, which has the right amount of sugars and the right amount of fat in it. So you just take 3 scoops of that and put it in there. It's got the right amount of protein for post workouts. Okay. And they also have like a build protein. So if you want to put a little muscle on, a little more of a whey protein, but it's all organic. Everything in it is organic.
I'll check that out.
Yeah, it's called Ath Organics. So I've been using them for a while. But in terms of cholesterol, in terms of body health, for me, like right before we started filming, I jumped in the cold plunge, did 3 minutes in the cold plunge at 39 degrees, got out of that. I'm waiting for my sauna to be delivered. So once my sauna is delivered, but just those two things together will help reduce your risk of heart attacks. And the studies have all been shown and proven. So why not just give it a try?
Sauna for sure. I've seen that. I'm actually looking into one.
Yeah. I enjoy the sauna. I've always loved the sauna from cutting weight. Didn't matter. Obviously cutting weight's a little bit more, it's horrible. But in terms of being in the sauna that long, but I mean, like when you can sip on water inside the sauna, you just feel so free. Like there's not a care in the world. What, I can take water in there with me. This is great, and it can be cold.
You're traumatized.
I don't have to spit it out.
Everything changes. When cutting weight for fighting and wrestling is all the same.
Yeah.
And everything that we did with it, they said it was so bad for you. Starving, saunas. Now it's all good for you.
No, yeah.
Fasting. Fasting's a big thing also. Fasting, I'm a firm believer in fasting. I love fasting.
I'll do one every 6 months. I'll do a water fast for the last one I did was only 3 days. The one we did before that was 5 days. Just straight water fast.
You said 3 or 5 days?
I did the last one I did. For some reason, by day 3, I was like, I'm done.
Yeah.
But the first time I did it, I was on day 5. I'm like, I can do another day. But I was like, I was doing it with my wife. So I was like, you know what? Let's just eat. Because I could tell we were getting to you got to be careful with females because of their cycle and they got to fast around a certain time. You got to be more careful with them. So I think by day 5 on the first time, she was cool. And she's like, I'm feeling like kind of a little hungry. This time, both of us were done by day 3.
Yeah.
I was just like, okay, look, I'm starving. I don't want to do this anymore. So we were done by day 3. But I think utilizing the sauna, utilizing the cold plunge. It's funny. I was watching this video the other day and someone asked one of the fighters, so do you cold plunge? Do you sauna? And he's like, well, he's like, I'm better at sauna than I am cold plunge. And everyone's just sort of laughing like, absolutely. Who's not better at the sauna than the cold plunge? He's like, I'm just not very good at it. And it's cold, obviously. But I got to be honest, if you don't do it every day, it's miserable. You've got to jump in, just deep breath, just get in. And for me, as soon as I dunk my head, like today it was raining when I got in, I just got in, dunked my head right away, 39 degrees.
You're good.
And just hang out there for a second. My feet really, really hurt and my hands ache really bad. But after about, I'd say a minute and a half, they're kind of just go numb. And then the pain still sucks, but it's not like it was that first minute and a half. So if you can get past that first minute and a half and get to another minute and a half, just pop out and you feel so good. You get the shivers, I think, for a little bit. For me, at least I get shivers for a good probably 30, 40 minutes afterwards, because your body's still cold, the temperature is. But man, I feel so much better for the rest of the day.
What do you think it is with all those, with the cold plunge in the sauna?
I think it just helps generate better blood flow to all parts of your limbs. That's one. Two is you get that adrenaline high, like the endorphins. It makes you feel like you've been drinking coffee all day, but you haven't. So I feel energized. I feel more clear focus. I feel less brain fog. Those are all things that I feel wonderful throughout the day. And up to like a 12 to 14 hour period in a day, like I start feeling a little more tired, probably like I'd say right around, 6:30. Well, my son's about to go to practice. Okay, I'm getting a little bit more tired now. But by the time we get home, we've already eaten dinner. So by the time we get home, kids get showered and put to bed, and I feel fantastic.
I'm sure you're you're working out. I'm sure you're fit and healthy, but I do think you need to find that doctor and start getting
the blood work.
I think it's so important.
I gotta find a colonic place here too. I haven't quite found one yet.
I know what one is.
You do? Okay, because I've
How often
looked,
do you do them, Bobby?
The
you
guy
were
that
talking
did my
earlier about
diet
how
said-
you like the thing and we should do it all the
I
time.
didn't say I like it.
Yeah.
I didn't say I like it, but
We should be doing them all the time.
With the garbage that we
Making
put
me
in
feel
our-
like you're a frequent flyer mile there.
No, this guy told me. This guy doing my diet said once every 6 months.
Okay.
Whoa, a colonic once every 6 months?
Yeah. If you eat a regular diet, man, it's garbage. And the reason why I asked you about the cold plunge and the sauna is here's Dr. Gooder back again.
Yeah, Dr. Lashley.
I think everything is inflammation. Everything is
Absolutely.
inflammation. Our
right about
food
that.
gives us
Absolutely.
inflammation and our body has a reaction to it. So it causes problems. The cold plunge decreases inflammation. The sauna decreases inflammation. Different things that we eat decrease inflammation. So anything that we do that can decrease that inflammation is going to put less stress on our body. It's going to make our body work more efficiently. Our body could be able to fight off or take care of anything our body needs, but it needs to be able to work efficiently. That's why I think all these things are important.
Yeah.
I like the cold plunge because I know it helps out my body with the inflammation. That is a definite. But I like it for the mental thing for me. It's like a little
Yeah, it
challenge
is.
that I
It
need.
is.
It's like I can sit in this thing because I always talk about that anticipation. Anticipation is what hurts us most of the time with across the board. Because ultimately, when we have to do something, we have to do it. But that anticipation of doing it gets us. Like before we're talking in front of a big crowd, you're sitting back sweating. It's like, all right, do I get everything down? But when you get out there and it starts rolling, then you're like, oh, it's me again. And then I'm fine. And I learned that from wrestling, from pro wrestling. First time when I started wrestling, I was like, oh my God, my name's on the board and all this stuff. And I was sitting there stressing myself out. And then when I went out there, it's like riding a bike. So now I started embracing that anticipation. I'm like, man, I love this. So when I go out, every time when I go out to wrestle, I just take my time to just soak everything in. I'm like, man, this is
The anticipation for me for fighting was excitement, ready to do it.
yeah.
But I dreaded like every night to go do cardio, to look at that cardio machine and be like,
What you're telling yourself
and you just walk
that.
back and forth and you're just like, gosh, man. And the hardest part was getting yourself to the gym to do it. Once you were there, you're like, you're going to do it because I'm not going home now. It took me, 20 minutes to find a close parking spot. So I'm definitely not leaving.
Eat a gummy before.
Nah.
Eat a gummy before you. Like, yeah, let's do
The
this.
cold plunge to me is probably one of the easier ones to do. It's just, especially the first couple times I started getting back into doing it when we moved to Texas, I was like, yeah, I don't know. I'd walk back. I was like doing cardio. I'd walk back. I'd pace back and forth in front of it going, okay, how am I going to do? I'd get in there and see. And then 2 minutes came, 3 minutes came, and started getting back into it. But now that I'm doing it daily, it's easy. It's like you were saying, like it's a routine. You just get in there, just hop in. When you hit, you don't even realize you're at a minute and a half, 2 minutes. You're like, oh man, I'm almost done. Should I do another song? You start asking yourself, should I do another song? Yeah. But when you first start doing it, those first 2 weeks, that first week, you're like, okay, has it been a minute yet? Is it a minute and a half? Can I get this thing over with? But no, it's good, man. I love the sauna too. The sauna I could be in all day, especially if I can take water in. It's like a treat having
it's the
ice cold
same
water.
thing. I started reading this book, Atomic Habits. I love the book, Atomic Habits. And it says if you change the way you think about something, it changes that deal. Just like you said, you change your mind about the cold plunge, so now you have a better opportunity to go there. If you change your mind about cardio, it's the same way. One of the comparisons or analogies that he used for it, he was like, you smoke cigarettes, you're trying to stop smoking cigarettes, so you put it away. Somebody comes to you and says, hey, you want a cigarette? This person says, no, I'm trying to quit. as opposed to saying, no, I'm not a smoker. If you say, no, I'm trying to quit, it's because I'm still a smoker. I'm just trying to quit smoking. Therefore, you never quit because you're labeling yourself as a smoker, as opposed to the person that comes through and says, I'm not a smoker. If I'm not a smoker, then I don't do cigarettes. Then you start removing yourself from that identity and trying putting yourself into a not a smoker, and you can fix that habit better. You can put yourself in a better place. So the same thing with that, everything right now. I love cardio, to go do cardio. I love to go to the gym. I love to do all these different things because I have a different thought pattern of it. And I see a lot of people, they say, oh, I don't want to go to the gym. I'm not going to do that. They think of different reasons why. And it's because their mind associated with that is just, it's going to hurt, or I don't want to punish myself, or I don't want to do it, it's dragging and everything like that. So it's just changing your mind on different things like that.
No, I love cardio. I don't want to get it twisted. I just wanted cardio was the last thing of the day. And you're like, man, you're looking at that machine. I got 45 minutes to an hour on that thing. I'm ready to go. Yeah, that's my take on the cardio situation.
Get yourself a gummy. You'll be fine.
This guy, man.
I love all, everything you're describing, your routine and the things you enjoy to just stay sharp. I love all that stuff, man. I don't like dieting. I love food, man.
Yeah.
So all that is like, cool. I'm down to work out. I'll jump in the cold plunge. I'll get in the sauna. I just really love food. And I know there's a lot of other
What's your
people
favorite food?
out there. Everything.
Is there
Food. Food is my favorite food, man. I just love it all. So
See, I couldn't do what your doctor's suggesting. I'm sorry. I'm a steak, potatoes, and eggs person. I'll do 4 eggs every morning. I go through 2-3 dozen eggs a week.
Those are
those
things that I've been eating quite often. So So I think that's the hardest part. If he told me, oh man, exercise more, I'd be like, oh yeah, cool. Easy. But instead it's like, what? Yeah. Can't eat that anymore.
No, I don't think I've never had I've never had a really doctor say exercise more as a means of fixing anything.
Yeah. Which is scary.
Yeah.
That should be their number one go-to.
Right.
Is, hey, you should probably go to the gym and walk on the treadmill. Right. Instead of saying, let me give you these stanzins or whatever they're called. Statins or whatever. I'm sorry. When doctors start telling me hey, I'm going to put you on this. My wife will try to give me ibuprofen. I'm like, why? She's like, well, she's like, you said you had to scratch your throat. I don't give a shit. I'm not taking ibuprofen. Yeah. I'm not taking Advil. I'm not taking Mucinex. I'm not taking any of that. I've had this little cough for a while. And everyone's like, oh, it's just allergies. I'm like, yeah. So let me give you some allergy medication. Why? I can suffer through this for right now.
There's something going on with my body that I can fix.
Yeah, there's just no way. I don't want to start suppressing my immune system, putting that stuff in there. I just not me. And I think being a fighter for so long, I was always concerned because I did get drug tested so much. I got randomly drug tested, randomly in parentheses. Yeah. Okay. Randomly drug tested all the time. And I was like, I can just imagine if I end up taking something that's not supposed to be on that list, they're gonna be like, hey, you're a cheater. And I just knew it because as I hit a certain stage in my career, I was very vain, as you guys would probably all imagine, as I really try to take pride in the way I looked when it came fight time. It's true.
Yeah,
I was.
And
if
you got busted with the test, they're gonna post that picture.
Absolutely.
They're gonna be like, look how shredded he is. Yeah. He looks. Oh, we know why.
Yeah. My second fight with Gilbert. I mean, you could see what do they call it? Sinuant. I could see the striations in my muscles. First time in my life I ever had that, by the way. But you could see it in the face off, and everyone's like, "Oh man, he's on this, he's on that," and it was like, bro, that I got tested 3 times for that fight before the week of the fight. They tested me when the contract was signed. California State Athletic Commission did. They tested me 3 weeks out from the fight. They tested me the night of the fight. At the weigh-ins. Yeah. They're like, yeah, you look a little leaner than normal. And I'm like, yeah, because I trained harder. But that was always one of my biggest fears is why don't doctors say, you know what, let's get you on the treadmill a little bit. Let's get you on the Stairmaster. Let's, have you tried hiking in nature? Maybe take your shoes off and go walk a trail. Something to do with grounding, something to do with being out in nature, hit the beach. Those are all just natural remedies for stress and body. I don't know. I enjoy those type of things a lot. I really do. And I don't, when you say your doctor says your cholesterol's well, do you feel good? Because I mean, brother, great. You look good. You're looking good. So
that's the thing that's frustrating. Yeah. Going back to that. It's frustrating and a little disheartening to walk out of there, or I guess I saw my results. I'm like, man, 2 days later, doing everything right.
See, look, your
Doing
cholesterol
everything
just
right.
went
Yeah.
just because this is added stress to you. Your cholesterol is going to go up just because of that. It's crazy.
I'm also
trying to help
conscious of like going back to this whole idea of like you're looking for that thing out there that's going to help support what you want to do. You know what I mean? Like the magic pill or the magic wand, so to speak. So, I think everyone's got to make their own decisions and listen to your body. I love listening to you guys. I love listening to actual doctors as well and just taking it all in. I just love to learn.
Yeah.
And to me, this is the most fascinating thing, especially at our age where, man, this stuff, it's scary. I mean, we know a lot of people that are going through serious health issues or had some scares. I mean, we have a close mutual friend very recently, right out of nowhere. That's scary stuff. Yeah. And he's not that much older than us. Yeah. And we would have never suspected that would happen to him, right? So it's just things like that are, oh, maybe I should listen to my doctor. Oh, I think there's a lot of stuff out there that can confuse men at our age about their health and what they should or shouldn't be doing.
Well, when we go back to the doctors and how I'm surprised they don't prescribe like, hey, more working out, because not only does it help with you just physically, your body, it also helps with your mental, and that's one of the biggest things that I notice, and even my wife notices, that I'm a completely different person if I don't get a workout in. Like, she's like, why don't you just get out of the house? Like, go for a run, go for a walk, do something, get to the gym, whatever it is. And I need that. Like, the cold plunge helps. Honestly, the cold plunge kind of gets me motivated for the day. When the sauna gets here, that'll help a little bit more too. But it just comes down to, I really need to get a run in. I really need to, that time frame is, I don't know, for me, when we talked about doing long distance, I know I'm bouncing around here a little bit. When we talk about driving long distances, road trips are almost as if it's like my running with a headset on, and just, I can talk to myself. I can think about all the thoughts I've had in my mind for the last, week or two or whatever it is, like something that's going on in my life that I'm like, okay, or just memories from the past. I know my dad and I did a lot of road trips. My dad's been passed since I was 26 years old. A lot of road trips we did, a lot. Long 14-hour road trips, my dad and I. It was like our key moments in my life that I remember. And just when I pass by something driving, I remember, man, like we drove through something like this, and I have those flashbacks when I'm running. Just the memories of trying to cut weight in the snow up in Idaho, right? Like just running in the snow with sweat, with a sauna suit on and sweat outfit on. And you have flashbacks. I take pleasure in that type of stuff. And those are the moments you have to clear your mind and to also think about all the positive things, not just the negative things, but all the positive things. And working out does that for me. Yeah. And I think it's so important that doctors, it drives me crazy that doctors don't just say, hey, you know what? Spend an hour with the headset on, listen to your podcast, listen to any podcast, whatever it is, and just walk on a treadmill or go outside and run for a mile, walk a mile. Not everything needs to be a HIIT workout at a CrossFit level. Not everyone needs to be, double pressing, 55-pound dumbbells above their head and trying to get themselves hurt. It doesn't need to be that intense. It's not that serious. It really is like, let's just do one. Every day you want to come back. Every day you want to do it again.
Do you guys meditate?
I mean, no.
I tried for a little bit.
It's hard to do, right?
It is, yeah.
I always tell myself I want to do it because that goes in line with, that's driving. Your driving is your meditation.
Yeah.
So of course you do it.
My runs are my meditation. It really is.
I try to do it. To me, it's like my brain won't shut off. And that's a hard thing to do. And some of the people, I was talking to this one guy that does this meditation. He's like, oh yeah, there's this place that you should go to. They have a retreat where it's 3 days and then there's a 10-day one. He said, you should definitely do the 10-day one. 10-day one is like no talking, for everything takes away. You take care. Like
it's like an ayahuasca retreat.
No, because you use no plant medicine, you use nothing. It's just a quiet, it's like a monk retreat that they have somewhere close by. And he was telling me about it. And then I put it in my brain and as we're working out, we're talking about it. I was like, I don't know if I could do that. But then after I kept thinking about it, I was like, man, you know how beneficial that would be just to shut everything off for a while, because man, we never shut everything off. And it's bad too, man, because even like I try to even throw my phone away at certain times because even at night I don't get to sleep. Like I'll pass out and then my phone will like click or something happens and then I'll pick it up and then I'll find myself on TikTok watching some unnecessary stuff for like an hour in the middle of the night. And then I wake up in the morning like, oh, I'm tired because of that. It's so stupid. And then so now I'm putting something else in my brain. And I tell people sometimes when I meet them, I'm like, well, bro, I'm not going to remember your name. I'm telling you right now, because I have so much stuff going on right now that I literally, when things go in, I'll sit there and say, yeah. And it's, I just won't do it. I won't even give myself a chance to lock it into memory for a second. I'm sorry. I just can't. And it's not, if we're around each other more and you become a little bit part of my circle or my life, then maybe I'll lock it in. But man, I just can't. There's just so many things that I just let go in and go out. There's a lot of times where I don't even respond to text messages. I don't even, it's like text messages going through. I was like, I just can't. I physically can't do it. Just bring so much stuff in. It's just too much stress for me.
There's a place I'd like to go to, like if the three of us wanted to go, is it's like a men's retreat in Bali. And they basically,
I saw that.
Yeah. I think who owns this, one of the owners is Jesse Waits.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so Jesse used to own Dre, part owner of Dre's, Tristan, whatever it was. Some of the clubs there.
The comments on that, by the way,
yeah.
they were.
Oh, I didn't see the comments.
I'll just.
I've seen it too. I know one of the guys that just went to it.
Okay.
And he swears, he's like,
well, like you see people, like it's obviously beautiful there, and they've got workout areas, they've got weightlifting areas, they practice
bunch
their
of guys
jiu-jitsu.
together.
Yeah, a bunch of guys together. Yeah, basically.
Yeah, it was. just go check the comments, man. It was pretty funny. I think they were suggesting certain things.
Hang out with your buddy. Stop looking at me. I'm not going. You're going.
No. I don't know, Josh. You go first.
Nah, you go. I was hoping we'd all go together.
All go together.
Go together.
But you
might need some backup.
Like, do we need to go? Do we need to go with the fellas to Bali and spend all this money for? I don't know, but you're absolutely right. It's hard, man. Like you wake up every day, and I know nobody wants to hear it, so a lot of guys can't really talk about it, right?
Yeah.
And which is why we do. But you wake up, completely overwhelmed, man.
I got an alternative then to Bali. You go to AKA Thailand. Mike Swick owns AKA Thailand. Great place to train.
Thailand.
A little bit more of a man's man kind of thing for you, Bobby.
I didn't even say nothing about it. I was actually thinking in a different way. I think that I think it's something that we can put together here and get some of the people that are watching ours to be able to get together and have like a weekend thing where we do stuff where it's talking about some of the same situations that we're talking about as men with other men, and then going through some stuff where we can bring people in that can help us out in understanding how to possibly meditate, get some yoga in there, have somebody that has some kind of medical philosophy that they want to bring to us and talk about different things and just be able to discuss all that.
Does that come with the concierge doctor for $3,000?
How much is that, Bobby? What,
I'll fund it.
Can that concierge come?
He can come. He'll come. He'll do it.
And the reason, what, $3,000?
I mean, it's a lot of money for these things. But I started working with a lot of guys. I just met with a bunch of, I guess, influencers or stuff like that, people that are in the coaching space, and some of the top dogs. Like I went to dinner with like Trent Shelton. He's one of the guys. Steve Weatherford, Dan Fleshman. And all these guys, I went to dinner with all of them, and they all run these retreats, and they do it for whatever specific purpose that they have. And I think what we're getting together and what we're building right now is something different, something unique with us and dads and discussing all these different things. All these things are important, but we never have a place that we can go where we can just like put all of the different things that really matter. Like if we're reading all the comments, we can see what people are talking about, because there's other things that I want to talk about too. And I understand with our health is peptides. You guys heard about peptides?
Yeah.
Of course, peptides is something that's huge right now. And of course, everybody's online saying, all right, what is CJC? What is this? All this more and all these different things like that.
What does your doctor say?
He said the same thing. He said there's not enough. He said it doesn't look like something that could be harmful based on the science, because he'll read about it. He's not just going to be like, I'm a doctor, I'm not supposed to do that and put my thumb on it. He's like, why could this be beneficial? He said, I can understand because of like the protein and branching onto that. And he kind of broke it down. He said, there's not enough data to say that later on it's going to be beneficial. It can be beneficial based on what I've read. I don't know enough about it. And that's what he said, where I was like, I respect that. I can respect you giving me your your professional opinion and then looking at it based on some of the science, but then saying, I've never used it myself. I know some clients that have used it and I know that they feel benefits from it. So if it's something that you want to try, you can try it and we can still do your blood work so we can see what kind of benefits you're getting from it. Some of the benefits you're not going to be able to see it on blood work, whether you feel stronger in the gym, whether you're sleeping better at night, some of those things like that, you're just going to have to tell me. But everything else, I can monitor, I can check. So I guess it could be good. Like he didn't tell me not to do it. He just said, when you do it, just let me know and let me know what you're doing so we can follow along.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that I know that are on peptides right now. A kind of replacement of basically it's like it helps with your growth hormone, correct?
Yep.
Yeah, so it helps release in your pituitary gland, helps you release more natural growth hormone versus synthetic. So if you were to be on like a synthetic growth hormone, from what I understand, like it would end up replacing your natural growth hormone, which you don't want to do. And so they use growth hormone for people who have AIDS really to help generate like lean muscle mass so that they stay strong. They can still walk around, not just AIDS, but other, people that are diagnosed with something that is possibly terminal that takes away and atrophies their muscle, helps them.
So they have to take it.
Yeah, so they have to take it to have lean muscle mass growth. They're not bulky, but they're able to stay strong. I definitely, I don't know. I haven't looked into any of it all, but I've heard a lot of good things about the peptides. There's obviously a lot of talk about like people at our age now are starting to get like on TRT. My only concern with doing that is once you start, there's really no going back.
Right.
Like, it's one of those things like, yeah, you can't get off of it. You're pretty much on it for your whole life. So why would I do that when you were just talking about like Stanzin? Statins, like, yeah, see, that's how much I don't. Yeah. But like, you don't want to take it because then you'll have to be on it your whole life. Yeah. That's no different than being on TRT. Like, once you get off, like, you're gonna notice a huge difference within weeks. You're gonna notice that your body's not the same anymore. You don't have the energy levels you had. That means you'll have to carry it out all the way until you pass.
A lot of guys on it around here.
Are they? In Texas.
So, just the eye. I'll tell you at our school, just the eye test. Like, yeah, a lot of dudes. And there's one around every corner.
What is it? What's around every corner?
A men's
low T.
Yeah. Oh, is it?
It's called low T.
But they're men's wellness or men's.
They'll label it as whatever. But in a lot of those places, they're really big on the peptides too because they're trying to move it away. Because ultimately, with the peptides, well, let's even go away from peptides. Like one thing that I think is the biggest is the quality of sleep. Quality of sleep will cure almost everything. So if you get a good night's sleep and if you're regularly getting really productive sleep, then it raises your testosterone level, your growth levels go up, your body recovers better, inflammation goes down. So it's a series of things. So even TRT, even peptides, all those things are a drug that's taking away from your body what your body normally needs to be doing in itself. So ultimately, some of those guys that are more into, and this is what I've always said too, when I get out of the wrestling and I get away from being the Bobby Lashley, like some of the things I enjoy doing, I love doing fasting. I would fast probably 80% of the time if I didn't have to keep my weight on to keep my size on. Like I really don't get much from eating. At this point, like most of the time when I eat, it almost makes me sick most of the time.
Your sleep schedule must be really good because mine must be horrible because look at the size of you and look at the size of me. That sleep definitely helps.
I sleep. I got to the point where I am very anti-stress. My mom, my grandma used to do this and we used to joke about it. You can come home and be like, man, so-and-so and so-and-so. My grandma's like, she doesn't even hear what you're saying. And then she'd be like, oh, baby, you look so good. Go get something to eat. And it's like, did you just hear what I said? Yeah. She just won't even allow any negativity into her at all. And that's what I do. Like when I'm at home, I'm like, shh. I just don't. I just take things and there's all kinds of stuff that like social media is crazy, especially with my job. Like half the people will hate you, half the people will love you. And if you want to sit there and dwell on all the people that hate you, you can just go down a rabbit hole of like, damn, I'm a horrible person. I really don't care. I really 100% don't give a damn about 90% of the things that happen right now. I've gotten to that point with wrestling. I go out there and if I have fun and I get a reaction with the crowd and the crowd gets into it, I focus only on that all the time.
just know if I'm arguing with you in the comment sections, I'm on the toilet doing that. Just want to let you guys know. I'm literally on the toilet doing
The
it.
office.
Yeah, I'm in the office. I'm in the
office.
office. Like
and it's amusement.
otherwise, I'm not arguing with anyone on social media.
Yeah, because that goes back into bullying, you know, because and it goes all the way back to our kids with it. Is we're trying to teach our kids how to not have to deal with any stress, and the biggest thing is us dealing with stress. If our kids see stress with us, they're going to learn that behavior, and they're going to start getting that like stress whenever something comes. So it's like just not care. Get some sleep and don't worry about things.
Absolutely right. Everything I've read, sleep is so key, so important, and then you can go and research all the ways to get the best sleep possible. Right, completely pitch dark. They say it's best that you wake up naturally. Put your phone away.
Right.
Right. Yep. There's all these tips and
if you don't have your phone in the same room, because there's just that anticipation of like, okay, is my phone going to ring? You're actually sleeping thinking about your phone. You don't realize it. That's one. Two is the extra sleep. Sleep is something that helps you, like you said, for the testosterone levels, for the growth hormone, helps with, but the biggest thing is your recovery. Yeah. You know, it's not just those things, but your body has time for the muscles to relax and regenerate and heal. That's the biggest, and I think is probably the number one thing, which is something I've really got to start doing more of because I don't do it at all, is drink water.
Like drink water. Now here's a whole nother route.
It's a whole other route. I know, I understand, but it's something we'll get into the next show. But look,
at least one of us has water here.
Yeah.
On that note.
Well, I got oatmeal.
You know, but drinking water, I found out in my career was one of the number one things, and also salt loading. So making sure that your body retains that water and is able to help repair the muscles that you've torn or ripped or whatever it was during the day.
Do you have any kind of water that you use? Any special water that you use? I know it's a rabbit hole, but...
No, we went through this whole thing. I mean, like, we went through the whole thing of like, drink alkaline water, drink oxygenated water, drink all this other crap. Like, just drink water. I have a hard time just period drinking water. I hate water.
There's
only time I like water is when I'm like while I'm working out. Outside of that, I don't want to drink water.
I was into all of them. Like anytime somebody like brings something, they're like, oh man, I need the alkaline, so I got.
That's what your secret was. The extra water.
Yeah, it's you know what? I don't drink anything else besides water unless I go out and I'm drinking like a mixed drink or something like that. But during the day, I drink.
I don't drink any water.
There's nothing. Oh, you don't drink any water.
Any water.
Damn. You know what?
None.
There was one that I just got talked into, and it was the most recent water thing that I like, and I actually like this one. It's that Berkey, the Berkey one. All it is a
costs about $3,000.
It's about
you buy it by the crates.
It's like $3, but it's just like this metal tin, and it has like these filters in it, and you pour water into the top, and then it just filters down to the bottom, and man. Like my kids love it.
Okay. So you're talking about you buy like a water fountain kind of thing, like a little dispense,
but it
and has a filter in the inside. So you pour regular water in it, and then it filters through. And okay, that makes more sense.
So it's
just regular water.
Yeah, it's just regular. But man, I can tell the difference. Like we can tell all of us. It's that much of it. I was like, I'm not gonna buy this, but my ex was like, get this for the kids, and sent it to me, and I was just like. I'm not gonna get this. And
Send me the link on that.
And Miles was like, Dad, it actually tastes good. And then I was like, all right, well, I get it. And we got it, and man, we're filling it up all the time. And how you can test it at the beginning, they give you put water in it, you put some
drops,
like droplets in it, some dye in it,
iodine,
and then when it goes down to the other side, the food coloring, and then when it comes down to the other side, it's gone. So it just kind of shows you that there is a filtration system in it. But the water is actually really, really good, and it's hard for me to drink other water because I can taste like everything in it just garbage. You could just taste like just whatever in it. So we like that. I went to that other one. What was the one that what was that guy Brecca? Yeah. That he was talking about. What was that one? The hydrogen water?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I got that also. The little it spins it up.
Yeah, I just got to drink more water. That's my biggest thing.
The Berkey's the way to go, man. Because
send me the link on that.
Yeah, I definitely will. Because the water tastes better. It really does, and it like I want to drink it all the time.
You know what's funny is I went to Idaho when my son was kind of first. He was first when he was about 3 years old, and you could drink water out of the tap there.
Oh yeah.
And so he's like, this water tastes funny. I'm like, son, this is real water.
Yep.
Like you obviously don't drink water out of the tap in California. And I don't know about here in Texas, but I haven't done it yet here either. But
no, you can't do it here.
in Idaho,
terrible.
oh yeah. You drink the water right out of the tap if you want. You still drink out of the hose if you want. So
And the hose.
It's just funny.
Those are the good old times.
those are the good old days, the rubber hose.
It tasted horrible when I drank it out of the hose, but it did its purpose.
It did its job. All right, guys. We're going to wrap this up for today. I want to thank you guys so much for joining us, and make sure you guys hit that subscribe button down below. Leave us a comment down below, like I've said many a times. Let us know about topics you guys would like for us to discuss. I want to thank you guys for continuing to support us. Bobby Lashley, Rich Chow, Josh Thompson. With the Dad Dojo podcast. Thank you.